Hi, this is Laurel. Welcome back to 31 Days of Couponing Success. And this is day 16. And on day 16, let's talk about gas rewards programs. Because when you're couponing, you will encounter stores that offer some type of gas rewards or gas points or gas dollars for purchasing a certain amount of items at their store. So I'm going to talk to you about two stores that are specific to where I live and that I use, and how we can kind of figure out what this whole gas rewards programs means. Because you sometimes look at an ad and it'll say that you can get maybe 100 points in their gas rewards program if you buy this particular item. And so you're thinking, well, is it really a savings? Does that save me money? Is it cheaper to do it like this, or maybe to go to another store? And so what I want to do is kind of break this down for you and hopefully make it a bit more clear for you. So the store, if you saw my day 15 video, the store where I generally do my grocery shopping is Giant Foods. And Giant food stores, not Giant Eagle in the Midwest, Giant Food Stores has this week a program where you can, well, let me back up and explain the general store loyalty / gas rewards program at Giant. For every $100 you spend at the store, you are able to get 10 cents off per gallon of gas. And so you need to understand what that means for your car and for your gas consumption. So you first of all need to know how many gallons of gas your gas tank holds for your vehicle. Many gas tanks hold about 30 gallons of gas. Our Subaru holds about 15 gallons of gas. So you need to understand how many gallons of gas your tank holds. And so you can figure this out one of three ways. The easiest way will probably be the next time that you drive your car down to like zero, your gas tank down to E, and then you fill it up, look at the receipt and see how many gallons of gas you've put in your tank. Or you can look at the gas pump. And a second way is if you've got the manual to your car in the glove compartment of your car, then you can open that and take a look in there. It should tell you exactly how many gallons of gas are in your gas tank can hold. Or the third way, if either of those two don't work for you, you can probably Google it. But those first two ways are really the best two ways of determining how many gallons of gas your gas tank holds. Now the second thing you need to understand is what the mileage per gallon is for your car. So some of you might have brand new cars and you might remember what your sticker said in terms of your mileage per gallon. But your car's MPG tends to change over time, so you probably would want to try and gauge this for yourself. So again, let's go back to the example of you being able to observe this on your own. So the next time you fill your tank up all the way to the top, reset your mileage counter to 0. Drive it all the way down to E, like the light is coming on, before you fill up again. At this point, before you put gas in your tank, you've driven it down to E, take a look at the number of miles you've driven on your mileage counter. That will be an indication then of how many miles you can travel on one tank of gas. And you will divide the number of miles on your mileage counter by the number of gallons of gas that your tank can hold, and that gives you mileage per gallon. Okay, so to go back to the example of our Subaru, it is possible to drive about 300 miles per tank of gas, and with a 15-gallon tank capacity, 300 miles divided by 15 gallons gives us roughly about 20 miles per gallon for our car. So that's how you'll determine the same for your car. Again, start with the number of miles you know that you can travel on one tank of gas, and then divide that by the number of gallons of gas your tank can hold to get the mileage per gallon. Okay, so you've got these three numbers now. You know these things, so that when you read a deal for gas in your, flyer for that particular week, you know exactly what type of savings you're talking about. So let's now look at a specific example. In my current Giant Flyer, there are actually some special deals. Now, normally, as I said earlier, you have to spend $100 worth in groceries to get 10 cents off per gallon. With some specials, you only have to buy a certain product and a certain number of those products to get 100 or 200 or 300 or whatever points. So one type of deal being offered is if you buy any 4 items on the list that you're given in the newspaper, you can instantly earn 200 points. So now that's going to be a far cry from buying $200 worth of groceries. You can just buy 4 items and all of a sudden you got 200 points. So the deal is, and I'm going to use an example that I'm going to come back to later, you can get a bottle of Gillette body wash for $3. And if you buy 4 of those, you can get 200 points. So that means that for $12 worth of body wash, you can earn 200 points. So then what's the exact translation then in terms of how much that means in terms of what you're going to be able to put into your gas tank? Well, let's go to the example of my car. 200 points. That is going to be 20 cents per gallon that I'm going to get off as a discount for my gas. And so since a tank of gas for me is 15 gallons, we're talking roughly about $3 worth of savings for 200 points. Now, if the average car's gas tank capacity is 30 gallons of gas, and many cars do have that capacity now, you're talking for 200 points about $6 worth of gas savings. So for your $12, you'd save $6 in gas. So you're basically paying about $6 for the body wash. Does that make sense? And for me, for my example, I would be saving $3 worth of gas for the 200 points, so it would bring the cost of my body wash down to about $9. Okay, so that's one of the principles I wanted to talk to you about. Just first of all, basically how to read a gas deal and to understand how much you're really going to save by taking advantage of that type of gas deal. Another aspect of this, though, is if you're offered this type of special deal where you can buy a lot less to get the gas point rewards, how low can you go? How low can you take the amount that you have to spend to get the savings? So to go back to the Gillette body wash example of $3 a bottle and you have to buy 4, well, there's currently a $2 coupon for Gillette body wash. So instead of paying $3 a bottle, you're going to pay $1 a bottle. Okay, so this is sounding better, right? So for $4, you get 200 points. So again, for me, with my example of that translating into $3 worth of gas savings, I would be in essence paying $1 for 4 bottles of body wash. Great deal, right? It gets even better for those of you with 30-gallon gas tanks. For you, you'd pay $4 and you'd save $6 in gas. So for you, this is a moneymaker. So you definitely want to go and take advantage of this deal, especially though if you've got the coupons to bring the cost of your body wash down to $1 a bottle. And one other thing I actually didn't talk to you about is just understanding what every dollar spent translates into under normal circumstances. So again, under normal circumstances, we're talking about $100 worth of groceries, equating to 10 cents off per gallon, which is a savings of $1.50. So you basically spend $100 to get $1.50 in gas. That doesn't sound too great, right? But you need to understand this, though. You need to understand, and of course you don't buy groceries just to get money off at the gas tank. You're just hoping that by buying groceries, you can maybe get a little additional savings somewhere. So that is how you'd be able to read that kind of deal at giant food stores. $100 worth of groceries is roughly $1.50 savings in gas for a 15-gallon gas tank. For those of you with 30-gallon gas tanks, $100 worth of groceries normally would equate to about a $3 savings for you. So then when you compare it to another store, because you begin to think, okay, if I can get this jar of spaghetti sauce at Giant for $1, but I can also get it for $1 at Carnes Foods, which one is a better deal? You know, which one's going to ultimately earn me more in the store's loyalty program? So again, with your 30-gallon gas tank, you know that $100 worth of groceries under normal circumstances is $3 in savings at Giant. Well, at Carnes Foods, they may not have a gas loyalty program, but they've got a nice store rewards program where for every $350 that you spend, you can get a $10 gas card. So roughly for $350, you get $10. What does that mean? For $35 spent at the store, you get $1. Okay, does that kind of help you to understand that? And with Giant, you spend $100 to get $1.50 or to get $3. Okay, so that's roughly how that breaks down. So you can see that with Carnes, you're making a lot more in terms of the store's rewards program than you will with Giant. And with Carnes, you're going to give you a Carnes gift card that you use at Carnes, but you use it however you want. That's your choice. So, so again, $35 worth of groceries at Carnes earns you $1 at towards their store loyalty program. Giant, we're talking $100 worth of groceries getting you $3 in savings if you have a 30-gallon gas tank. Okay, so you can see that you're going to earn more with Carnes, or at least I do with my 15-gallon gas tank. For those of you with a 30-gallon gas tank, maybe for those of you with 30-gallon gas tanks, the savings is about the equivalent, it is about the same. For me, though, with my 15-gallon gas tank, I'm looking at a better deal overall with Carnes with my general dollars spent. Okay, I hope I didn't convolute that for you. So I will, if I need just something basic and I know it's going to be the same price wherever I go to Carnes. And I get my Sunday papers there. As I told you in my Day 15 video, I buy my meat at Carnes. So I know that my money is going to go a little farther at Carnes than it does at Giant. If I had a larger gas tank, it probably could be a wash. It could be equal pretty much at either store. But I do try and do what I can at Carnes. Okay. And another thing I wanted to point out to you, going back to our Giant example and their gas rewards and store loyalty program, is when you're attempting to figure out how much of a savings you can do, you want to bring the cost of what you have to buy to get the rewards as low as you can. And you want to bring it down, if at all possible, to the same as or less than the savings itself. So remember our Gillette body wash example, and if you have a 30-gallon gas tank and you've got $2 coupons to get 4 of those, so you can get them each for $1, so you spend $4 to save $6. Again, that's a money maker for you. You want to take advantage of that. That's what you're looking for in these deals. You're looking for, first of all, what you know you're going to use, candidly. And then second, because it doesn't pay if you're not going to use the item, right? And then second, you want to see how low you can bring the items that you might use down in cost to match or to drop even below the savings that you're going to realize for that. Okay, I know this might be a little confusing. Leave me a comment below if you need for me to explain something for you further to help you figure out maybe the store loyalty program and the gas rewards program at your store, but that should give you a really good start towards figuring out what your savings will be and how to get the best price for your money. Okay? Thanks for watching and hope to see you tomorrow.